Since 1989, we've watched courage take shape in 1,000 ways. In a first word whispered, a first step stumbled, a smile that says, I did it. Because here, progress has a heartbeat, and it never stops.
You can't hide how you feel about a horse. A horse knows how you're feeling. A horse doesn't judge you. The horses accept you where you are. Hippotherapy is all about using the equine movement to facilitate a therapeutic outcome. And basically what that means is that we use the equine movement to help children get where we want them to go. So equine movement is very rhythmic, it's very repetitive. It puts somebody in a different sensory environment. They're up off of the ground, as sometimes even as high as 6 feet off of the ground. They're moving forward in space also while they are above the ground. So it activates several systems in their brain. It activates the vestibular system, it activates their limbic system, it calms their fight or flight. And so the first thing that it does is that it often will put somebody who's dysregulated into a regulated state, the rhythm and the repetitiveness of it. And if you are in a regulated state, you're much more likely to learn. One way of saying it is that you put them in the window of learning, so that they are able to do whatever task I want them to do while they're in a space to receive the task. How did I get involved in EQUI-KIDS and hippotherapy? I first heard about hippotherapy when I was in graduate school. I was working with a student who was pretty difficult. She had a lot of behavior issues, and we would spend most of our session just managing the behavior issues and not so much getting into the speech and language treatment. And then one time I came into the session and her behavior was perfect. She was sitting coloring. It was a big shift. And I said to her mom, what's different this week? And she said, oh, she had a horse lesson. And I said, what is that? What is a horse lesson? And so I started researching a little bit and learned a little bit more about hippotherapy.
I started in 2009, so I've been here a hot minute. And it's the most rewarding thing I've ever done. My rider, who I have on Thursdays, I've had since 2009. He was nonverbal, and now we've got consistency with myself and a sidewalker that are with him every week, and he talks to us during the lesson. We giggle, we have a good time, and I've seen that time and time again with riders where they improve and excel in the program.
Absolutely, the most rewarding part of my job is when I hear someone say their first word on a horse. And that happens more than you would think. And it's incredibly powerful, it's incredibly moving for everybody involved.
I get to spend my day with my favorite animal, and everyone here is so incredibly nice and helpful. Makes me enjoy coming to work, wanting to come to work. It's a great place to be overall. The way a horse can impact anyone emotionally, physically, it's incredible, and seeing those connections with everybody is quite amazing. I am one who personally suffers from mental disorder and love horses, so this was the perfect place. I get to help people like me and get to spend the time with doing what I love.
The horse knows the rider and their team, and they help that child excel. So we see children week after week, and young adults and adults excel week after week and improve.
I know my hope for hippotherapy is I would love to see more speech pathologists do it. I think people have thought it's in the realm of only PTs and OTs, but there's obviously room for more speech therapists. So I would love to see that happen. There's just not very many of us out there. So if you're a speech therapist, come talk to me. For EQUI-KIDS, I would love to see the therapy program grow. I would love to see us move forward in that growth and keep doing the great work that we're doing.
I am therapeutic riding.
Perfetto. I am physical therapy. I am occupational therapy.
I am equine-assisted psychotherapy.
What starts as a ride becomes something more. Confidence, change, belonging. A place where challenges turn into victories and where strength is found in the most unexpected moments.
I am work experience.
I am EQUI-KIDS.
I am an EQUI-hero.
And in every voice that says, I am, there's a story still being written. Every moment here leaves its mark. Every forward step, every spark of bravery that once felt out of reach, they don't end at the barn gates. They ripple outward, into classrooms, into homes, into hearts-shaping lives long after the session is done.